Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
Baltimore.
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 Are you ready?
And now the coaches of your Baltimore Blast, assistant coach David Vasco. And the head coach of your 2015-2016 Baltimore Blast, Danny Kelly. There they are, Blast fans, your 2015-2016 Baltimore Blast. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please rise. Since our last game, the Blast family has lost 3 valuable contributors to the success of Baltimore Blast soccer here in Baltimore. We ask you to please observe a moment of silence for Larry Triplett, president of the Archdiocese of Baltimore soccer program, and longtime Blast season ticket holders Don Lawrence and Linda Beck. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Here with their rendition of God Bless America, please give a warm Baltimore Blast welcome to the Perry Hall Middle School Chorus. They're joined by the Jacksonville Elementary School. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by Jacksonville Elementary School.
Precious
How about a nice round of applause for Perry Hall Middle School Chorus and Jacksonville Elementary.
That tonight's gonna
Farms Arena, downtown Baltimore. Blast and the Chicago Mustangs open up the 15-16 MISL season. Chicago 1-0. Blast opening up tonight. Chicago beating Milwaukee 4-2 in their opener. Here are the Blast starters.
Look at William Vanzella in goal. Dono Abassi on the back line with Pat Healy. It's brought to you by Rosedale Roofing. Tony Donatelli at that second forward, Levi Wapu and Lucas Roque up front for the Blast.
Starting it forward, number 7,
William Vanzella, 40-12 in his Blast career. The MASL goalkeeper of the year. A career 415, correction, a career, yes, a 415 goals against average and a save percentage of .790. Venzella with 4 shutouts last year, and here are the Mustangs tonight.
Jesus Flores played outstanding in goal for Chicago in their 4-2 win over the Milwaukee Wave. Machado and Aguiar in the back, Ortega, Leon, and Camarena up front. Camarena, the 2 big goals in the fourth quarter off restarts that gave Chicago the win last weekend.
He had 4 goals all of last year in 14 games, and as you say, he had 2 in the opener last week against Milwaukee.
Well,
keys to the game tonight.
Big crowd tonight. Some youngsters on the Blast roster. Play within yourself tonight. There's some good team defense. That's always a key for the Blast, and that number 3 is always a factor. We talked about the win last week for Chicago. Those restarts, those free kicks can be a deciding factor in a close game.
We talked about the players gone from last year's team, 3 of the greats all time for the Blast. Augusto Neto, Lucio Gonzaga, and Max Ferdinand. Neto and Gonzaga playing for Harrisburg, Ferdinand playing for Milwaukee. Mike Diesel, who was a solid defender for the Blast for the last 3 years, he's retired to become a firefighter in Baltimore County. So the Blast filling the holes, and we'll see them tonight.
You always have to find some young players to kind of infuse into your nucleus. We'll see if the Blast can do that again this year.
Blast coached by Danny Kelly, Armando Gamboa for Chicago. Tonight's officials, the senior referee, Joe Della Pena. The referee is Stan Nagel, the assistant referee, Paul Airy, and the 4th official on the sidelines is Robert Faraday. We're about ready to get it underway. The Blast in the home red on red. The visitors, the Mustangs from Chicago in the black on black. They've got the ball first, left to right. Here we go. The season is underway for Baltimore here tonight. And Levi Wapu right off the kick comes up with a steal for the Blast. Donatelli with a good cut inside. And it's defended by Chicago. Back to Healy in the midfield for Baltimore.
The very first pass of the game creates a chance for the Blast as Wapu was right there defensively to make a big play.
Target man is Roque in the corner, picked up by Pichardo, who used to play for the old Monterey La Raza back in the day. Now inside for Roque, turns on the goalkeeper, and Flores had to be alert, and he steers it to the side. Picked up by the Blast in the corner. Now back to the keeper, Flores, 36 years of age, looking spry on that one.
Now, I'll tell you what, Roque made Flores be sharp there right off the bat.
Aguilar in the corner, working on the Blast defense, trying to win a ball. Blast new players, Andrew Hoxie from Rochester. They disbanded, will not play this year. Jeremy Ortiz, a very fiery little midfielder, wins balls in the corners, tackles very well. He won't play tonight, out on points off a red card from last year. We'll see him next week when the Blast are back home again. There's that Blast defense going 3 inside midfield. Finally, Chicago gets it over, but it's picked off by the Blast.
Well, Chicago looking for some possession time. They got some possession time to make a change there. But the Blast almost made them pay as they couldn't quite connect in their own end.
Blast now changing as well. Here's Vinny Dantas, who was on the all-rookie team last year with 16 goals and 4 assists, 20 points in 15 games. Dantas has it taken away momentarily by Lastovsky, and now Chicago in the midfield.
Wow.
We'll play it back.
And this is what really the Blast do to test your depth, because they start with Roque, and now Dantas comes off the bench, and he's just as much of a factor up front to deal with defensively if you're Chicago.
Blast have some really good size this year to go along with DeSantos and Dantas and Obasi. They've added Hoxie, who's the tallest player in the league at 6'4", goes over 200 pounds.
And don't forget, Adriano DeSantos is that guy. Just does all the little things for you, wins balls in the midfield, wins balls along the boards, and creates chances for his team.
12:47 left in the first. Play back now for Chicago. The keeper, Flores, gives it over to Sandoval, who had a score in the Milwaukee game the other night. Blast, though, win it in the midfield.
Just like I was talking about a second ago. Yeah.
Yep. And not only does he do everything, he does everything from all the positions. He started as a midfielder, target, in the back, can play them all. Here's Hoxie now for his first touch in a Blast uniform. Hoxie with the Lancers last year, coming off a big season. Had 19 goals and 18 assists in 19 games with the Lancers.
Jamie Darville now getting his first shift of the night. Good pressure there to create the steal.
And Darville will have an expanded role this year. Trying to go inside, and finally a whistle here. Foul called as Forbes, Cairo Forbes, who was hurt much of last year, made a run inside the yellow line, and this will be a set piece now for the Blast, their first of the year, 3 minutes into the game.
They need to walk off the D here. Quick restart.
And towards the goal and saved on the line as Flores makes the play. The shot was taken by 27, that's Jin-Ho Kim, in his first year with the Blast, a native of South Korea.
Kim is a newcomer. This is a big night for him. See what he can do here with the Blast.
And now inside the box, and that one just wide. Rebound kicked away by Healy. Blast fans, show your pride for the team you love. Visit our merchandise stands on the stage and around the arena to pick up new Baltimore Blast gear. Show off just how great of a fan you are at the arena. Also, Advanced Radiology is proud to be the official medical imaging provider of the Blast. When you need fast, accurate results, trust the team of experts at Advanced Radiology. Visit advancedradiology.com for a location near you. Good pressure by Chicago inside the Blast zone. Roque wins the ball, though, in the midfield for Baltimore.
Good work by Lucas there to come back off that deflection and get a piece of it, win it back for his team.
Here's Healy, the captain, 181 career points, 188 blocks. Pretty consistent scorer, two-way defender for the Blast.
Good work there by Chicago.
Taylor Bond winning the ball for the Mustangs. Blast, though, winning it back, but a whistle here, and it'll be a foul called.
You know, the Blast would love to play Obasi in the midfield. He's not quite 100%, so they play him on that back line. But him and Dos Santos both have that ability off that back line to come forward and make those decisions in the midfield and create chances offensively, even though they're playing on the back line.
What a year for Obasi last year. 9 goals, 10 assists for 19 points in his rookie season for the Blast. Now this is Uzi Tayu, number 19 for Baltimore, making his first appearance, and they're expecting big things out of him. A native of Cameroon, played for Las Vegas last year. In fact, played with his brother Frank Tayu, who's still in Las Vegas.
Foul there on Dos Santos. That's a good foul, though, because Ortega, who's wearing number 5 for Chicago, the roster had him listed as number 18. He was off to the races there, and Dos Santos stepped in and prevented an odd man situation there just by committing that foul.
Flores kicks one in towards the Blast goal. Here's Tayu for the Blast. Good ball movement. Roque will send it back to the keeper. Looks like Chicago may have an injured player, 77, Camarena.
He was hurt until he realized the Blast had the ball. Then all of a sudden he got better real quick.
It's crazy the way that happens, you know?
Yeah.
Struck by Vanzella. Dantas in the corner. Picked up by the Chicago defense. Now back to midfield for Dos Santos. Blast have Donatelli, Dantas, Dos Santos, along with Levi Wapu. And here's Obasi with a right foot, blocked by Flores, way off his line.
That has to be a foul. Has to be 2 minutes or
And
close to that.
De La Pena calls a foul on Chicago. Fouls on 77, Camarena.
It's just me, or has Dos Santos put on some weight?
Yeah, and I don't think in a bad way.
No, not at all.
Right.
I think he's just put on some
muscle.
15, 20 pounds of muscle.
This is a big Blast team.
Quick
the
restart.
official had a hand in that.
Well, quick restart hits De La Pena, and yikes. He was marching off the wall.
5.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Vanzella in goal for the Blast. Flores in goal for Chicago. In case you missed the open, Vanzella 2 consecutive. Here's a shot and a goal for the Blast as the ball came free, and Dos Santos scores the Blast's first goal of the year.
Oh, how about Dantas, though? He's the one that set everything up with that little touch into the box. And Dos Santos comes through and drills it home as he had a great look at the goal from the top of the box, and he gives the Blast a 1-0 lead.
Time of the goal, 5:36 of the first period. Adriano Dos Santos in his 6th season for the Blast. Can you believe it? His first goal of the year, his 98th career point, his 41st career goal, and it gives the Blast the lead.
Here we go with the unsettled situation here. It's a nice little touch by Dantas. It's deflected and then drilled into the back from the top of the arc.
And Dantas gets the assist. his first of the year, 5th on the career, 21 career points for Dantas, and the Blast lead Chicago 1-0. Again, all goals are 1-point goals this year. From before the arc, from after the arc, power play goals, everything. 1 point per goal this year. Blast lead at 1-0. Less than 9 minutes now to play in the first. Chicago towards midfield, broken up by the Blast. That's Kim for Baltimore. Plays it back to Healy. Vanzella now with a little pressure. Ball up ahead for Roque. Settled nicely in the corner by Lucas. Now Healy faces the goal. Defender comes out on him. That's Leon. And now a whistle here.
Pereira's upset. He thought he was tripped. Then he had to foul or give up an odd man rush, and once he fouled, they blew the whistle and called the foul.
Juwan Pereira last year, another rookie, didn't quite get the publicity that an Obasi or a Dantas got, but still a nice first season in his own right. 12 games, 7 goals, 4 assists.
Wow.
For Pereira.
Pereira has that ability. He's got that great speed, which allows him to create chances from his own end.
And now Pereira with a nice move to block or move that try off for Chicago, and the ball kicked out to midfield.
That's a nice job defensively by the Blast of not giving up on their runner there and getting in front defensively and making it a tough play.
Blast now kicking it away towards midfield, intended for Kim, broken up by Leon, a correction by Rojas.
Sometimes you might find yourself in a bad situation. Maybe you're a step behind, but if you give the effort and you make it a tough play sometimes, that's good enough to keep the ball out of the back of your net. Oh, big save there.
Broken up by Vanzella. And now a foul called on the Blast. Looks like it'll be on Forbes. Inside the arc with 7:04 remaining in the first.
Physicality has really picked up from both sides here.
Well, Chicago played a very physical game last week against the Wave. It'll be a set piece here. Ortega on the ball for the Mustangs. It's a 2-man wall. Ortega up top, mishit there by Camarena. Ball held in by the Mustangs. Lastovsky in the midfield.
Just a bit too far out that time. Alexis didn't get a good piece on that one.
There's Sandoval for Chicago. Ortega, pass intended towards the yellow line and now kicked over the boards. And it'll be a kick in with 6:34 remaining to go. Timeout on the field. We'll take 1-2. Blast lead in the opener over Chicago. 1-0 back after this. Gary Stein, Paul Mittermeyer back with you from the Royal Farms Arena where the Blast lead the Mustangs 1-0 in the season opener for the Blast. We understand on Twitter, just saw a post that there's a viewing party back in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Fans of the Chicago Mustangs watching online here at GoLiveSports.com. We welcome you. As you know from last year, we call it down the middle.
Wait a minute, you have Twitter?
Well, he does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. I didn't think you know what Twitter is, right?
No, not
Okay.
really.
Okay, good.
I heard of it.
Yeah.
It's what birds do, right? Anyway, you fans watching back in Chicago, we welcome you. We call it down the middle. You guys play great. We'll tell you that. We play great. We'll tell you that. We'll have a good game here tonight. 1-0. Blast leading it over the Mustangs. Midway through the first. Blast now from right to left. Pass inside for Hoxie. And it's broken up by the Chicago defense. Coming around the boards, though, is Donatelli with a blast. And that one is steered away by Sandoval.
That's a heck of a play by Sandoval to kick it out and not put it in his own goal, because he was right there in front of the keeper.
Here's Tayu for the Blast. Picked up here in the near corner by Carvalho. And now Sandoval cuts off in front of his goalkeeper, makes a play. Here's Carvalho the other way, broken up by Tayu. Ball still in play with 5:40 left to play in the first.
I think one of the things that separates the Blast sometimes is the ability of their midfielders and their defenders to read the play in the midfield and understand when to step in and when not to step in and try to make a play and break things up.
And here's a great instance of that. Hoxie deciding to step in, creates pressure on the goalkeeper, and a turnover for the Blast.
And those are the kind of plays that when you talk about possession time and controlling the ball, those are the type of plays that make the difference in those situations.
And here's a note on Hoxie, talking to Kevin Healy about him. You could tell from his size, and here's Sandoval, by the way, on a run. Vanzella will force it in the corner. You talk about his size, and automatically you think about his goal-scoring ability, which is there. But he has such a soft touch, and he's a great distributor for a big guy.
Yeah, no question. He does a lot of good things well. He does a lot of things well.
Blast fans, if you're looking to refinance or buy a home, call Fremont Mortgage Funding. Your loan is handled here in Baltimore, not out of state. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Fremont Mortgage Funding is proud to back the Blast, and that's why Fremont is on their uniform back. When you're ready to buy or refinance your home, Fremont is ready to back you too. Call 800-955-8508 for a free analysis. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender.
Skillful play by the Blast to get out of their own end. And good pressure by Chicago there, but the Blast able to make 3 or 4 passes and finally get Wapu loose down the wing.
Vanzella up ahead for Roque, steered away by the Chicago defense. Pereira, though, winning the ball for the Blast. Hey, Blast fans, if you need an apartment, Henderson Webb is your hometown property management company with over 10,000 apartments in Baltimore, Anne Arundel, and Howard counties, as well as Baltimore City. Call 410-885-4100 or visit APT-RENT, that's APTRent.com. Ask about the Blast Rent Special Equal Housing Opportunity.
Foul on Pat Healy. And it looks like Miguel Vaca's down for Chicago. Looks like he might have got his foot caught in the turf on that play.
We'll take a timeout here as well with 4:05 left to go in the first. The Blast 1 and Chicago nothing. Back at you here from Royal Farms Arena. Vaca vacates the field, and Chicago now will have a free kick. With 4:05 left in the first, Blast leading 1-0 on a DeSantos goal at the 5:36 mark, set up by Vinny Dantas, just inside the arc here on the near side.
David Bascom, the assistant coach of the Blast, is talking to the referee. He hands him, it looks like he hands him the roster. There might be an issue. I don't know. Then they hand the roster to Chicago.
Looks like they were making, looks like De La Pena was heading towards the Blast box, towards one of the Chicago players in the box.
There
And
definitely
now
looks
Stan
like
Nagel has come by, and he's talking to Chicago as well. They're obviously looking at the roster.
looks like they're filling some stuff in on the roster.
Well, it's never too late to fill your
No,
roster.
there you go. There has to be some sort of discrepancy between the two, obviously, right? Between what the
maybe
Blast
it has to do with 18 wearing 5
I
tonight.
don't think so, because in Danny Kelly's pregame talk, he had Ortega listed as number 5. So I don't think that's an issue.
Well, Gamboa wrote something down, and now the official, Stan Nagel, goes over to David Bascom to show him what was written. Now he'll come here to the near side. You see him down the left side of your screen. Going to talk to the scorer's table for a moment.
I can't say that I've ever seen this happen in a game before.
Well, stick around long enough and you'll see everything. Are you sure? 18-5 was the problem?
Well, okay,
Apparently
there you go.
18-5 was the problem. So Ortega, who's listed on the roster sheet as 18, is wearing 5 tonight.
There's also a Luis Ortega listed as
The
double
backup
0 as the
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper. So, unless that's just what they do when they go 6th attacker.
Here's Kim winning a ball for the Blast in the midfield. Plays it back to Santos. Here's pressure from Chicago with 2 inside the yellow line. Ball headed up towards the towards the goalkeeper.
Yep.
Flores rolls it out.
Pereira wins that 50-50 ball, but heads it forward towards the keeper. Another bad pass.
Well, look at this setup here for Roque. He turns face, didn't get a good foot on it, and Flores goes to one knee and makes the save.
Flores forced himself to make a save that time with that errant outlet pass.
Blast buzzing around at the yellow line. Here's Roque. Forwards are pressuring. Roque and Pereira. Blast fans, for over 50 years, Rosedale Roofing has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and service is what you can expect every time with Rosedale Roofing. Visit us online at rosedaleroofing.com today. Also, the official uniform provider of the Blast is Top Tier, and your source for the latest in team gear and apparel. Visit us at toptiergear.com to learn how TTG can provide your team their own custom look, just like we did for the Blast.
It was a great hustle by Tony Donatelli to get back defensively and win the ball back for the Blast.
Chicago, though, controlling in the midfield right now. 2:30 left in the first. Chicago going on 5 quarters now without scoring here in Baltimore. They were shut out by the Blast 24-0 last year. And trailing 1-0 here. Of course, last year was 2-point goals. So the Blast scored 12 two-pointers last year. Here come the Mustangs with a drive. Shot on and saved by Vanzella. And that may be Vanzella's first official save here tonight. You know, that's the other thing.
Surprised him a little bit, too. Got the hands on it, but he kind of pushed it away.
And Vanzella's great in goal, there's no doubt. But the Blast allowed the least shots on goal of any team last year.
It's what we talked about before, possession time. If you don't have the ball,
shoot.
it's tough to score, you know? And when you possess the ball as much as the Blast does, then you play good defense, and you work behind and get back behind the ball. It's very tough for the opposition to really put together scoring chances.
Left foot by Flores. Pass was intended for Vaca, who's back in the game, picked off by the Blast.
You know, Vanzella's so good with his feet, you very rarely get turnovers for the opposition because he's able to play that 6th player that's able to distribute the ball.
Dantas wins the ball in his own end and now on the receiving end from Donatelli. Faces the goal. 2 defenders in front of him, including Vaca, as well as Carvalho. Blast now in the midfield, controlled by Dos Santos. Blast have Dantas at the target with Vaca. Tries to go off the boards, and it's broken up by Vaca. It'll be a corner kick for Baltimore.
Just about a little over a minute left here in the first quarter. Chance here for the Blast on the restart. This will be the Blast, I guess. But this is their first restart of the season, huh?
Tayu comes off, and Healy will control. Healy, Donatelli, Dantas, Dos Santos, and Wapu for the Blast. Vanzella in goal. 1:02 left in the first.
Oh.
He puts it in. Dantas from Healy. The Blast lead it 2-0 on a set piece.
Flores is upset with his defender, but what do you do there? Carvalho didn't come out and help, but Wapu runs through, and then a nice touch and a blistering shot by Dantas. It looks like he's shaken up.
It comes at the 14-minute mark, and
Yeah,
Dantas is
he's
shaken up.
Yeah, he's down. Looks like he's favoring the left leg. Did it happen as the shot went on, or did it happen in the celebration?
I think it may have happened in the celebration.
And then he drops the T-shirt.
Dantas now has a hand in both goals. Here we go.
Let's take a look, and you see Wapu's going to run through, and then Dantas on the backside. He's not hurt there. He's doing a little shimmy. He doesn't really do much, and then all of a sudden,
here come the Blast again. Hoxie from outside the yellow line, and Flores has to make that save. Blast, they give it up to the Blast, and again Hoxie with a drive, and he scores! Andrew Hoxie with a tremendous settle and a goal, and the Blast are on top 3-0.
it looked like Hoxie was going to shoot the next time, then he dropped it off. Obasi made a great pass back to Hoxie, and then he wound up that second time and put it into the far corner on Flores, and the Blast have exploded in the last minute here. 2 goals in the last, 20 seconds, and the Blast are up 3-0.
Great enthusiasm and effort from Andrew Hoxie making his Baltimore debut. Hoxie, his first goal of the year. That is the 58th of his career.
Off the volley, and he just drilled it into the corner. Look at that pass, wow.
Obasi gets the assist, time of the goal 14:31. Blast lead at 3-0 with 15 seconds left to play in the first. Chicago now at the Blast yellow line. 10 seconds to go. They cross, this one will be over. It'll be a free kick for the Blast with 5 seconds left in the first.
And the Blast will run this one out here. Very good start to the Blast 2015-2016 season. They get an early goal and then 2 late first quarter goals. And it's been all Blast here the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Healy will send it up along and sent back by Chicago as time expires here in the first. And that's the end of the first quarter with the Blast on top, 3-0 in the season opener. We'll take a timeout and come back with your second quarter from Royal Farms Arena right after this.
Pride for the team you love. Visit the merchandise and around the arena to pick up all new Baltimore Blast gear. It's being shown off right now at midfield. Just show how great a Baltimore Blast fan you are by purchasing some new Baltimore Blast gear at the merchandise stands here this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Shots on goal in tonight's first quarter. Chicago 1 and the Blast 10. Once again, shots on goal in tonight's first quarter. Chicago 1 and the Blast 10. Fans, once again, the Baltimore Blast would like to welcome the following groups who are in attendance here this evening. They include Stembridge Soccer, Pikesville Rec Soccer, Conway's Conquerors, MUFC, South Baltimore Youth Soccer League, Vogler Group, Barron Soccer, Falston Rec Soccer, Falston Soccer. The LTRC and Overlea Cup champions and finalists include Hereford, Cardiff SC, Towson United, Falston, SAC United White, FC USA, the Cockeysville Comets, Carroll Manor, Benji's Chase, HFC, Baltimore City Recreation and Parks, Unified Efforts Incorporated, Stop Bullying Campaign, the Summer Soccer Campers. A special thanks to the Towson University Alumni Association. Special welcome to Raw USA, Henderson Web employees, Allstate Insurance. We'd like to thank each and every one of their groups for your support of Baltimore Blast Soccer. And the Blast would like to wish a very happy birthday to the following fans.
Great opening quarter for the Blast as they lead Chicago at the end of one, 3-0 the score. Gary Stein and Paul Mittermeier back with you. Blast got on the board at the 5:36 mark of the first quarter on a goal from DeSantos. Assist to Dantas, and then a flurry, Paul, late in the first quarter gives the Blast a 3-goal lead.
Well, Dantas with the goal to get him up 2-0 right at off of that restart. Great pass, by the way, from Pat Healy. And then with pressure 29 seconds later, great feed from Obasi, and Andrew Hoxie drills it into the corner on Flores to give the Blast that 3-0 lead.
Blast with the kickoff here in the second from left to right. William in goal for the Blast, Flores for Chicago. And now the Mustangs with a 2-on-1. Nice feed, and they score! 10-6. Martinez sets up Aguilar, and the streak is over for William Vanzella.
I was just going to say the other story to the game is Vanzella, and then Chicago with a nice job. They win the ball along the yellow line in their own end, and they come down some great speed as they outrace the Blast of the ball, creates a 2-on-1, and there's nothing Vanzella could do on that one as Aguilar beat everyone down the floor to score.
Time of the goal, 16 seconds. Antonio Aguilar gets the goal. That's his first of the year. The assist goes to Ephraim Willow Martinez, and that'll be his first point of the year. Time of the goal again, 16 seconds, 3-1. So, coming into the game, William had a shutout streak of 126 minutes and 1 second. Add 15 more, 141.01. So 141.17 is the official streak is over. 141.17 of goalless soccer in Baltimore for William Vanzella. Here we go.
Actually, really was a 2-on-none as the Blast didn't get back defensively. That's one of the few times you'll see the Blast not get back defensively, as nothing Vanzella could do on that one. He had to play the shooter and he had to play the pass at the same time because there was nobody back defensively.
3-1 is the score. Blast leads Chicago. Vanzella towards midfield, headed by Dantas. It'll be a kick in for Chicago. So
also,
let's see if that gives them a little pep here.
Yeah, credit to the Mustangs. They get on the board, gives them a little momentum here. See if they can't chip away at this lead.
First time Chicago has scored in Baltimore, breaking a run of 75 minutes and 16 seconds without a goal. And now the Mustangs have it in midfield. Pass up ahead for Vaca, picked up by Obasi. Obasi trying to power his way through. Good move there by Kim to break up the pass from Vaca to Aguilar.
And a good defensive play in his own end by Kim there. That'll win points with Danny Kelly.
Defense first. Blast fans, Chesapeake Employers Insurance helps keep workplaces safe because at the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return. Connect with your local agent or visit us online. Also, Netacom gives free business phones. That's right, I said free business phones from Netacom, providing business phones for free with every phone line, system, and internet plan. Check them out at netacom.com.
Blast are reeling defensively right now. They left the man unmarked on the far side, and now they've turned the ball over again. So some good work here by the Mustangs.
And now DeSantos, who turned the ball over, steals one back from Aguilar. DeSantos, they kind of
back
circle
over
down
again
on him. Levy trying to win a ball back for Baltimore.
And finally, they settle things down. Woo.
Here comes Pat Healy for the Blast. Led the league in shots blocked last year with a career-high personal best 53.
That's about a minute and a half of some ugly soccer right there by the Blast.
Blast have seen their lead cut into. It was 3-0 after one. It's 3-1 right now. And Flores off Vanzella.
William all the way across the midfield stripe.
Nice play by DeSantos to find Hoxie off the boards, broken up by Chicago.
Just a little bit too far.
And Douglas DeSantos for Chicago, number 14, on the field for the first time.
Good work by Levy.
Levy wins it between two defenders. Up ahead for Adriano DeSantos. So you got a couple of DeSantoses on the field at the same time. Oh, they get one through, and it's just high. Shot taken by Martinez, who had the assist on the goal for Chicago.
That's a major collision. Oh, dangerous play there. Major collision off the ball between Ortega and against Pereira for the Blast.
Play a little ragged on both ends now.
Well, the Mustangs have definitely picked up the intensity level here in the second quarter.
Martinez moved off the ball by Tayu. Haven't seen Dantas since the goal. And here's a steal. Donatelli got a man. It's Pereira to the right. He goes left all alone, and Flores comes out and makes the play. Foul called on DeSantos. Correction, Obasi.
Do you see Dantas on the bench?
I think I see him in the back row on the left side. You see that?
Yeah.
Dantas scored the goal at 14 minutes of the first and hasn't returned to the game since. Flores touches it up ahead. Blast fans, the Embassy Suites by Hilton, Baltimore's Inner Harbor, is the official hotel of the Baltimore Blast. Shot broken up by Chicago. Enjoy beautifully appointed standard and suite guest accommodations, a complimentary evening reception, and a complimentary made-to-order full American breakfast buffet each morning. Free reservations, call 410, reservations, I should say. Call 410-727-2222 or visit us at embassysuitesbaltimore.com.
Nothing better than the buffet breakfast when you stay. You know, it's unreal. I mean,
what do you get?
Well, they have an omelet bar. You got, take your pick. What do you want, breakfast-wise?
I want omelets.
They have.
I want pancakes.
Omelet any way you want it made.
I want bacon.
Done, done. It's amazing. I think it's the biggest thing when you make a stay, to be able to go down and get breakfast, and it's free.
And you actually stay there
all the time.
Well, that sounds good. Hey, don't forget, Blast fans, THB, voted Baltimore's best bagels year over year. The Bagel and Deli offers bagels, breakfast sandwiches, signature deli sandwiches, and much more. Salads, homemade spreads, in addition to catering options for business and private events. Check out any of their 3 locations now in Towson, Timonium, or Canton. Visit TowsonHotBagels.com to order online.
Well, Gary, it is all Chicago right now. They are really taking it to the Blast right now.
They're playing Blast soccer. Little push, no call. Levy goes down, pushed by Pichardo.
Look at this. Look at Levy keeping the ball alive.
Defended by Carvalho. See if the Blast, Forbes now trying to lift one over the midfield line. Does. Dantas on the field for the first time.
He's back, and he almost made that steal, and he would have been in alone on the keeper.
Good to see Vinny in. He was in on the first 2 goals tonight, assisting on the first one, scoring on the second.
And it looks like Levy Wapu's shaking up too. Looks like he's dealing with a little bit of a hamstring right now as he heads to the Blast bench.
Here's Martinez for Chicago. Up ahead, intended for Carvalho. William has to make the save. Now across the glass, almost skips over the glass. Martinez, oh, nice feed, shot wide. Forbes was coming over there to help as well. Good look, though, by Martinez.
Oh, good tackle by Healy.
Well disciplined on that one, kept his feet. Dantas now has it taken away. Sliding tackle by Pereira. Up ahead, shot saved by William.
Vanzella put on a clinic right now.
Headed back towards Flores, that's Ortega.
That can be frustrating. you don't really get a lot of chances, and all of a sudden you start to turn the tide a little bit, and the other keeper is just making save after save.
Here's Martinez trying to move past Pereira. Seen a lot of time here in the opening period and a little here in the second. Aguilar, midfield. Up ahead, Vaca leaving for Martinez. Blast converge. Here's DeSantos with the steal for Baltimore. Little step over, now in some trouble. He falls to the turf, no call. Here they come. It's 3-on-1. Blast were caught on a bad change. Martinez in the box. Broken up by the Blast. Broken up by Kim.
Oh, come on.
2 minutes.
I'm not even going to call it a bad change because DeSantos was clearly fouled on the play as the Blast were changing, and because of that, there was no call made, and that created a 3-on-1 for Chicago, and now they call a 2-minute penalty on Vanzella, who comes out to make the play defensively.
Looks like Hoxie will serve it.
And look, I'm not going to say that's not a penalty on Vanzella. It was close. It could have been. It should be called 2 minutes, but it should have never happened to begin with.
Take a look.
And they're going to call it a shootout. And how is it a shootout when there's a defender standing behind him on the play?
2 minutes for tripping on Vanzella. Time of the penalty, 7:35 of the second.
The Blast do not have a backup goalkeeper.
A timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. With the Blast leading 3-1.
Well, here's a big point in the game.
So the shootout, let's just explain it to you. It'll be starting from the yellow line. There'll be a shooter. It'll be one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He's got 5 seconds to put it in. And the play is still live if it doesn't. Who is the Blast all-time franchise leader in blocks?
Blast mini
take a
ball.
shot and say
Are you
Lance
ready?
Johnson?
Gotta be.
Awesome. Tonight's question is, who is the Blast all-time franchise leader
Lance,
in
one
blocks?
of the great defenders in Blast
Jason
history, played for
Dieter,
the Spirit back in the
Ronnie
early
Simmons,
90s.
Derek
Ooh,
Marcano,
the Minister of Defense
or
is on that
Lance
list.
Johnson.
Lance Johnson.
That's
There you go.
correct. You're the
Even the
winner
little
of
kids who
Advanced
never saw Lance
Radiology
Johnson
Trivia
play
Contest.
know it's Lance Johnson.
Congratulations, Sasha.
That kid was born 10 years after Lance retired.
Look at the cheerleaders. Are the cheerleaders doing double duty tonight?
Absolutely.
It's the roving microphone?
Hey, look, you know, these are tough times. You gotta carry your weight.
That's a nice job.
Looks like Martinez will be on the ball for Chicago. All the other players, the ball is in play. All the other players will be lining up on the midfield stripe. When the whistle blows, Martinez will take aim at the keeper, but he still has the option to pass to any of his teammates off the boards or whatever. The ball is always live in this situation.
I still think it should have been a shootout, but okay.
Martinez will approach with the left. Blast leading at 3-1. It was 3-0. Chicago scored early in the second and now have a chance either on the shootout or the power play. Martinez to the keeper. Going to try to put it in, and he does. As Vanzella committed a bit too early on that, Martinez kept it, and he slides it underneath. Does the old somersault. Fans don't like that. 3-2 is the score.
Oh, my. That was pretty impressive, actually. I know the fans aren't happy, but that was pretty impressive.
Got to give the guy some credit.
Williams did everything right there. He just a little bit too soon on the dive, and give Martinez credit because he waited, and outwaited him to the very last second and put it home. Here, good position, and a little bit too quick, and then Martinez with a nice play.
3-2, got a brand new ball game. Chicago trails by 1.
And this is a restart opportunity for the Blast here. It's a mistake by Chicago in their own end. See if the Blast can make them pay.
It'll be top of the arc. De La Pena will throw it down. And Nagel will place it down. Blast bring Healy on. Roque right in the middle of things by the keeper. DeSantos in the back. Donatelli out there. There's a step over, Healy. Shot is blocked.
That's a good block by Chicago. Good work.
Shot by Donatelli.
A deceptive play there by the Blast.
Now Healy upset at the call.
Well, it's always good when the officials that are standing right next to the play don't blow their whistle, and the official that was all the way down on the boards on the far end of the field is the one that makes the call. That upsets you sometimes.
Once in a while. Pat wearing the captain's bars. In his 8th season with the Blast, coming off a 29-point year last year, 53 blocks. Was the Rookie of the Year back in '09. Defender of the Year last year. Blast, by the way, have made it to 4 straight championship series and won 1. They've lost to Milwaukee.
Oh, Lucas, look up. Lucas wasn't looking up as Donatelli was trying to feed him in. Easy play for the keeper.
Blast defending in the midfield here with 6:15 left in the second. Blast 3, Mustangs 2.
Boy, is the momentum changing this game, huh?
Blast need a play. Get old Mo back on their side. Usually it's created for them by defense. Here's a defensive play. Roque will win it off the steal, and now Chicago as the Blast give it back.
Another poor pass in the midfield. The Blast have just come unraveled here in the second quarter, trying to get out of their own end. Very uncharacteristic.
Obasi will chase, Chicago in control. Blast fans, MedStar Sports Medicine is the official medical team of the Blast. Trust the sports medicine trained doctors, physical therapists, and certified athletic trainers are the largest sports health program in the area. MedStar Sports Medicine. Call 888-44-SPORT or visit medstarsportsmed.org. Also, Web Mason provides on-demand marketing
services. Make
help
Web
companies
Mason
deliver
a
consistent
one-stop
branding across all their internal and external audience touchpoints. Their suite of software and services make Web Mason a one-stop shop for companies' offline, online, creative, and integrative marketing needs.
Chicago now going to pressure, take away the short pass for Vanzella.
Back to the keeper, Flores. Coming up on the 5-minute mark, left here in the second. Flores now, the Blast give him space. Picked off by DeSantos. Blast trying to control in the midfield. Now William being pressured. Dantas winning that for the Blast.
Winning way out into the midfield to play the target. Nice job.
Chicago doing a nice job, pressuring.
And it's so frustrating, though, because you do all that great work, and then you watch Vanzella has the ball unmarked because he's the 6th man.
That's a testament to how he plays with his feet.
But then Dantas holds the ball too long.
Double team. Blasto trying to take it back. Off the boards.
Another mistake. It's going to be top of the arc again for the Blast.
Camarena came right in. Or else Kim would have had a try.
And that's a nice defensive play, but you got to keep that ball in play. You know, bang that one off the boards. Instead, a top of the arc situation, I think the Blast are going to call a timeout here.
And they do with 4:13 left to go in the half. We'll take a timeout. Blast 3, Chicago 2. Back after this. He will take it. And again, blocked from the left side. Rebound, that's off the boards. Chicago trying to take it back. Donatelli high into the air.
Oh, look at Abbasi. So slick.
Controls it in the midfield. It gets spilled by the Mustangs. Foul called on Chicago. It'll be on Ortega. Free kick blast. Healy with 3:51 left. How is that the correct space?
Back the defender off.
Obasi with the left. Oh, bullet. Save. Rebound out in front. Another shot. Score! Blast convert inside the box. It's Dantas with the goal.
Don't get hurt, Vinny. Calm down.
He's got some good celebrations, I'll tell you that.
That's a nice pass from Pereira. That's an absolute bomb from Obasi to start that whole sequence. And Flores had to be sharp. He just parried it away, and then a slick pass. Nice job by Pereira to find Dantas for his second goal of the game.
Dantas been involved in 3 of the 4 goals, 2 goals and an assist. Pereira should get the assist here. 4-2 Blast. Time to goal 11:20. She's happy. And that's a big goal for the Blast at this time.
Chicago was coming hard. They were playing real good soccer. They were really putting a lot of pressure on the Blast. Here's the replay. That's a blistering shot. Nice touch. And then Dantas able to put it into the corner. No chance for Flores.
Pereira does get the assist. That's his first of the year. Blast now with another chance. Kim tries to head it over the keeper. And wait, what's the call here?
What's the call here? They're going to call 3-line, I think. Before the handball, before the clear handball by Flores.
So the Mustangs will have it at the Blast yellow line. 2-man wall, Hoxie and Wapu.
Not just one. They're gonna have to play 2 here. They're gonna move Wapu back in as part of the wall.
Substitution warning, Chicago.
Yeah.
That's a substitution warning
Rojas,
against the Mustangs.
Rojas came on the field, and you can't bring the guy back on. He's gonna have to stay at the bench.
So Martinez comes back on the floor.
They're gonna have to play with 4 to start here. You can't come back and play.
Well, they're letting him.
No.
Now they're
no,
telling
you
him to
can't
come.
You got to stay on the bench until play starts. They're going to have to play with 4. And the Blast really here should probably sneak up a third guy into the wall.
Well, they've replaced Wapu on the wall. They have Kim now on the wall.
Let's go. And they're going to finally call timeout, but ridiculous.
So the substitution warning has them playing with 4 here to start. Blast fans, come to the Pratt Street Ale House tonight after this game for a post-game party. Meet your favorite players and cheerleaders while enjoying food and drink specials just for Blast fans. And it's all at the Pratt Street Ale House on Pratt Street. Blast come back out on the field. Vanzella, along with Hoxie, Forbes, Wapu, Healy, and DeSantos.
Now, because Chicago took the timeout, they get their 5th player back. They should change that rule.
Yeah. For Chicago, Vaca
Again,
will be on the ball.
If you're new to the game, if the ball does not go out of play, you can't change. That's what Chicago did. They ran another player on after the 3-line violation was called.
Shot wide, rebound to Carvalho. His shot is wide. Hoxie trying to make a play at the yellow line, and now we'll chase it down.
Yeah, forced Flores to come out and play that ball. First time really the Blast have pressured the keeper in a while.
Blast now with just over 3 minutes to play on defense. Vaca and Wapu in the midfield.
That's six. That's a sixth man on the field. That's 2 minutes.
It's got to be, and let's see.
Absolutely. Chicago playing with 6 as the player stepped on and made the and played the ball.
And knew it, and then stepped off immediately.
Two, and then, if you're gonna do it, just keep going. You know. Once he stepped back off, they kind of gave it in.
Time of the penalty, 12:06 now.
2 minutes for 2 men on the field. Time of the penalty, 12:06.
You know, that's just it's almost like sticking your hand in the cookie jar and then like pulling it back and running away. You know, if you're gonna do it, just stick it in there, grab the cookie, and go. You know.
Oh, believe me, I know. Blast last year on the special teams, one of the best in the league. Power play was number 2 in the league. Penalty kill was number 1 in the league. That's always been a forte of Blast teams. Doug DeSantos, number 14, is serving the penalty for Chicago. It'll be a free kick from midfield for the Blast. Power play unit is Healy, Roque, Dantas, DeSantos, and Donatelli. Now through the box, Donatelli with a chance, settle. Try to find Roque in the middle.
Try to put it in from a bad angle. That's a nice play by Flores to come out. He gambled and he won that gamble.
1:30 on the power play.
This is going to be interesting to see how well this power play runs. You know, this is a situation where you would have had Neto and Lucio and Max Ferdinand on this unit. The new guys here.
Much different unit. Over the boards, a goal kick up coming with 1:18 remaining on the power play, 2:12 remaining in the half. 4-2 Blast.
1:18 left on the power play.
Quick toss out from William. Good defense here by Chicago. And now Vanzella will have to come out and make a play.
Just a bad pass. Blast are playing sloppy right now, and Healy's down.
Dantas way up ahead for.
How do they say play on?
Here's Sandoval now on the receiving end. There'll be 1-on-4.
I mean, when it's that vicious of a play, you got to call that. You got to make that foul call.
Well, here's a chance for them.
Right now, Chicago's had better chances here on this Blast power play than the Blast has.
That's right. They've had 2 chances. Blast wasting time. 33 seconds left on the power play. Haven't really had a great chance yet. This is the first power play, this new unit. Healy, Dantas, Donatelli, Roque, and DeSantos. There's a shot. Healy saved by Flores. 20 seconds on the power play. Blast still have it. Healy yellow line. Into the corner for Roque. Donatelli with a drive. That one blocked. 2 shots now for the Blast. Here's a whistle. Foul called on the Blast.
They're going to call
Donatelli.
Call a handball.
9 seconds left on the power play. 1:03 left in the half.
Not a stellar debut for the Blast power play.
They got to fix that.
Last minute of play in the half.
Headed back towards the keeper by Donatelli. 2-1. Penalty is over.
Now Flores gives it away, so the Blast will try to set things up for one last opportunity here in the second quarter.
40 seconds left. William past the yellow line. For Roque, the bicycle kick, and a foul called.
A 2-minute penalty.
Is it?
On Roque, yeah. One of the Chicago players is down.
Good camera work here.
Who's the penalty on?
It's got to be on Lucas.
What exactly is the penalty?
Dangerous play.
What, the bicycle kick?
Chicago player being looked at with 29 seconds left in the half. They'll be on the power play. Second penalty against the Blast here tonight. Down for Chicago was Rojas.
Lucas Roque's asking, was there anybody even around Lucas when he attempted that play?
I think he was.
Are you sure? Love to see a replay.
(4-2) Blast.
Last penalty to number 8, Lucas Roque. 2 minutes.
This will be the first true power play the Blast defense has faced, as they scored on the shootout before.
Chicago's going to go 6th attacker here.
With 29 seconds left, it'll be 6v4.
They did that against Milwaukee the other night, too.
Penalty killers for the Blast: Obasi, Dos Santos, Healy, and Forbes.
I will say this, it's a dangerous tactic against the Blast because they are very good defensively, and they have some guys that can score from long range if you turn the ball over. Now 29 seconds left here. I can understand for the end of the quarter, but it will be interesting to see coming back the other way on the other side in the second half whether or not they do this tactic for the rest of the other minute 30. Here's the play. Nah, we're just the end of it. I didn't think Camarena was that close when Roque attempted his bicycle kick, but I could be wrong.
20 seconds left. They go 6v4 here. Keeper has it.
Here we go.
Obasi, broken up by Martinez. 10 seconds now. Martinez going to wind with the left. Played by Healy out. 5 seconds left. 4 seconds. Got to get off a shot here. 2 seconds. That'll be it. Whatever happens, it'll come after the buzzer. And so the half ends with Chicago on the power play. 1:31 left on the power play as the Blast lead at 4-2 at the half.
Good half of soccer. Credit Chicago after getting down 3-0, coming back with 2 goals. And then a big goal by the Blast, but also a big penalty kill by Chicago that's gotten this momentum and this power play heading into the second half.
Back with our third quarter after this. Blast lead at 4-2.
Once again, fans, we ask you to stick around for a very special halftime ceremony. In just a few moments, we'll be inducting Lance Johnson into the Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame. Let me introduce some important guests who are behind me and here tonight to support Lance and your Baltimore Blast. They include Blast owner Ed Hale, Blast president and general manager Kevin Healy, Blast Hall of Fame goalkeepers Keith Van Aaron and Chris Vaccaro, Blast Hall of Fame forward Tariq the Freak Walker. Also here tonight, Blast defenders Jason Dieter, Ronnie Simmons, and Derek the Rock Marcano. Also welcome Blast forward Albert Oni. And now it's time to talk about the man of honor, Lance Johnson. Lance began his career with the Baltimore Spirit in the 1993-94 season, where he was the league all-rookie team selection in that year. Lance scored 105 goals and recorded 68 assists in his career. He played in four All-Star games, and he was the team captain from 1996 to 2003 for the Baltimore Spirit and the Baltimore Blast. He was a member of two Blast championship teams in 2003 and 2004, and was the all-time franchise leader in blocked shots. But most importantly, Lance was a winner both on and off the field. In addition to leading Blast teams to championships, Lance put in a tremendous amount of work into the community and for the fans of indoor soccer here in Baltimore. Lance understood what is meant to help make this franchise successful and what it has to do to make it successful, and Lance did it with honor. Now, it's time to take a look at the video on the scoreboard as we relive some great Blast action with our captain, Lance Johnson. present Lance with his Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame Award. And now, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 21st member of your Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame, number 8, Lance Johnson.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks to everybody for coming tonight. This is such an honor. It's been a very good couple months for me. I got married about 5 weeks ago to my lovely bride, Christine Brewer, now Christine Johnson, who's here tonight. So I'm on a good run right now. I want to say happy to Christine also. It was her birthday yesterday, so happy. Love you. My daughter's here, Brianna. She grew up in this arena. I think she's been here every year of her life since it began in 1996, so love you. Thank you for coming. I have a lot of friends here tonight back in this area. I want to say thank you guys for coming. Thanks to all my teammates that are here and I played with. Thanks to all the Hall of Fame members who came tonight. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again. Thanks to all the fans. We do this for you guys. Thanks for coming tonight. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank Towson University. Some members are here tonight. I want to thank President Chandler for being here, and thanks to Towson for sponsoring this event. I want to thank a great member of the Towson University team, Frank Olszewski, who's here. He was my coach at Towson. Thanks for coming. We'll talk a little bit more about him in a minute. I want to thank Ed Hale, Kevin Healy. These guys are not only responsible for my soccer career, but also my banking career. As you know, Ed owned the bank. He hired me, and I think Kevin negotiated my first contract, my first hourly rate at First Mariner. So Kevin, Ed, thank you for that. So people always ask me, how did I get into the Hall of Fame? Why was I selected? And I have a couple things to talk about that. One of them is I work really hard every year, and I worked on one thing offensively every year, and when it didn't go well, I just went back to defending. The other thing is that when you play for the same team your whole career, you end up as number 1 in blocks, number 1 in played games, 13th in the all-star scoring list, or all-time scoring list, but the negatives are you end up as the all-time leader in penalty minutes. So, and people always ask me, how did I get there? So it's the same answer. I want to talk about 2 stories. One of them has to do with the best year I ever had. It started out with a $1 bet with Jason Dieter, who's here tonight, to see who could have the best year. So we're playing that year. It's going great. I think we're both around 50 points. We're going into Wichita, and essentially, we're not really so worried about how the team's doing. We're worried about who's going to win the award. Win the $1 bet. So we play the game. I think Jason's up on me. He scores a goal. I might have scored something, and the season ends, and he's winning. So then we see in the score sheet that got some kind of phantom assist in Wichita, and we ended up tying, and I don't think either one of us paid another. So that was about my best year. It was all about a $1 bet. People always ask me, how did you become a defender? I was a forward in high school, and I was a midfielder, and I did pretty well. And how I became a defender is that I went to a tournament called the Capital Cup down in DC over Thanksgiving weekend, and my college coach, Frank Olszewski, was there, and he was there to see me, and he saw me have a pretty decent tournament, and where I had a couple breakaways. I was playing as a forward, going in on the goalkeeper, and I think I missed all 3 of them. So he recruits me. I go to Towson, and he tells this story a little bit later on in my career. He says, I came to see you at the Capital Cup. You had your breakaways. You missed them all. And he said, and when I saw that, I knew you would make a great defender, because that's where defenders go when forwards can't shoot. So, Coach, thank you for making me a defender. I owe this all to you. So, again, I'm very honored. Thanks, everyone, for coming tonight. And I'll see you here because I'm a season ticket holder. I'll be in the arena. Thanks.
Once again, Blast fans, give it up for the newest member of your Baltimore Blast Hall of Fame, number 8, Lance Johnson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we direct
and a shootout, as they call the penalty on Vanzella. And then give Martinez credit here. He waits, and scores. And cuts the lead to 3-2. The Blast late, though. Great feed. Pereira here to Dantas, upper 90. Blast take a 4-2 halftime lead. Now, Chicago on the power play after the Lucas Roque call on the dangerous play. So they'll have 1:31 left on the power play when we start play here in the third quarter. And we'll see if Chicago uses the sixth attacker on the power play.
Right, they used the sixth attacker for the final 29 seconds of the second period. My gut tells me they won't here, but we shall see. So good game, physical game, first quarter. Blast lead first half. Blast lead it 4-2 on Chicago. The Mustangs' second game of the year. They beat Milwaukee in their opener. This is the Blast opener so far this season.
Where did that saying come from?
Where did that what?
My gut. What's my gut going to tell me? Where did that phrase come from?
I think a minute 31 is too long.
I understand, but I'm just asking, where did that phrase come from?
Oh, where did it come from in general?
Yeah, like where did that come? Like
what you feel in your gut.
Yeah, but like what? I wonder how it started. Andrew, Google that. Google how the phrase.
What my gut tells me.
Google and see how that started. I'm just
gives
curious.
You a look like, what, me work? Can't do that. Hey, I think my gut was right. Flores out on the floor.
Well, the one thing we don't want is your gut to be wrong.
No.
Let me tell you.
You don't want anything to do with my gut. Don't see it. Don't think about it. Don't do anything with it. Chicago has the man advantage. Blast penalty killers here are Obasi and DeSantos, along with Healy and Forbes. Chicago in black from left to right. Just underway, third. Look at the clock. The clock is so off.
Oh, anytime you want to start that penalty clock, that'd be great.
Tell somebody it's got to go the other way.
No wonder the penalty clock's not going down. I was surprised the penalty clock wasn't going up.
This period's been extended now.
I'm telling you, we've been killing this penalty a long time.
We've extended the third quarter by 16 seconds.
Only at the Royal Farms Arena do you get the clock goes up when you start that quarter.
Hey, how far in the season do you think it'll be before we have a mediocre structure violation?
I don't know, but all I know is I'm happy that all the bulbs are working in Game 1 on the.
Oh, speaking of that, by the way, Ed Hale told me that they're installing new video boards here, like the video. Like
where?
Okay, well
like
the apparatus is going
to.
No. The apparatus is going to be the same. It's still going to be a mediocre structure.
Yes.
Okay, but the video board in the mediocre structure will be HD.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
For the first time ever.
Will it be bigger?
No.
No.
It's not going to be bigger. I don't think it's going to be bigger.
We're not going to get Dallas Cowboys like video boards.
No.
Down the
not
sides
Dallas
on each
Cowboys
side. Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
Can always
dream.
That thing's ridiculous.
All right. So we've.
So producer here has actually looked up.
Oh, nice. What it means where it came from?
It says, just as the heart is the metaphorical seat of emotions, so guts are linked to deep instinctive feelings and reactions. So to say you hate someone's guts is to say you hate them to the very core.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
that doesn't do it.
No, I don't want to know how you feel about Gary, Andrew. I just wanted to know what that means.
Just Google, how did the phrase, okay. What kind of producer is this guy? Where'd we get this guy from?
All right, we're way off still. We have the wrong player. No, we have the right player in the box. We have the wrong penalty time.
And the wrong time on the clock.
There's no time on the third quarter's over. That was the fastest third quarter I've ever seen.
That was fun, too. That's good.
Oh, we're back to 15 minutes.
15. Well, you got to get to 14:44.
Well, hold on. Can we let's just
start
do
over.
this. Let's just start all over again.
Start over. Crowd patiently waiting.
Well, okay, so where are they going to run the clock down to?
Well, it got to be 16 seconds. So 44. There you go.
All right, so then the penalty time has to be 1:15, not 1 minute.
Correct. And also, where are you going to put the ball down with 16 seconds going?
I don't know. I guess
Should've
right
just
there.
Start it over again.
Just start the quarter over. Oh, the blast. Oh, there we go. We get the scores back.
This is the longest 16 seconds in indoor soccer history.
I didn't even know that the clock Gary, I didn't even know the clock was capable of going up.
Seriously, yeah, you're right about that. Like, how does that hey, Google, how does the clock go up?
Is there a button? I mean, we should talk to Gary St. Hours about this. Is there a button that you could push up or down?
I guess.
I mean, that button shouldn't even be on the clock.
Right. How does the clock have that button? Time never goes up.
What are the odds that the referees are going to get this right?
What do you think Ed Hale's thinking right now?
It's like, come on.
He's like, only at the arena.
No, Ed's going right now. He's like, we're going to put HD boards in there. The penalty time's being kept on the field. This is great.
Oh, seriously?
So the time on the penalty is off the scoreboard.
Well, right now the time on the penalty should be 1:15.
1:15.
1:15.
Correct. So if the clock runs down when we start, then
so the penalty will be over if they don't score.
Right.
The penalty will be over at 13:29.
29, correct.
We're at 14:44 right now. Hey, now we're working overtime. Doing math and all.
You're asking a lot when you're asking us to do math.
Play back in. Clock rolls. Here we go. 5-on-4. Chicago with the man advantage.
Can't say I've heard Pink Floyd at the arena too often.
Roque with the block. Oh, correction, Forbes. And now Chicago will restart it. Let's see. I forgot the time.
Well, no, it's under a minute. Under a minute on the power play.
I know that, but what is it?
13:24. That should be a foul.
No, it's not 13:24.
No, it's not.
It was 14:46.
Right.
14:29.
13:29. 13:29.
So you got 42 seconds left on the power play.
Dangerous spot here. Short-handed. Good save.
William with the save. And cleared. All right, so they got to get to 13:29. They're coming up on 14. Going to be about 31 seconds left on the power play starting now. Oh, they gave it away.
30 seconds left on the penalty.
Now the Blast come the other way. Here's Obasi on a run.
He's going to try to rag some time here in the corner.
Less than 20 now on the power play.
He's doing a really good job of it,
too. He's doing a great job.
Still has it.
10 seconds left.
Still has it. Basically
basically ragged 25 seconds.
Basically killed the rest of the power play. All right, let him out of the box. There you go.
Teams are at even strength. Roque now joins the fray. Camarena for Chicago got a foot on it.
Oh, my.
Oh, bad mistake. Flores. Good pressure from Roque. Blast
3
down
on
with
2.
3 on 2. Here they come. Roque inside the yellow line. DeSantos. Oh, a great save by Flores. Had a point blank.
That's the save of the game right there. Wow.
Well, he lined that up.
Big credit to the Blast for not forcing in the issue and taking their time there to create that 3 on 2. And that's a great chance off of the penalty kill as Roque came out of the box. And what were the Mustangs doing? Flores and his defender, that was just a mess.
It'll be a kick in for the Blast from the corner. 13:05 left to go in the third. Off the boards, intended for Roque. The rebound to Wapu.
Oh, Levy.
Heads it high.
Levy, it takes a lot of effort to head that over the crossbar. I mean, he was in great position there to just head it in, and he headed it over the crossbar. Here's that first look. Great feed to Santos, and a great kick save. As all DeSantis had to do was get a little bit off the floor, and that would have been a goal.
Inside 13 minutes now left in the third, intended for Roque, picked off by Chicago, Carvalho. And he kicks it over the glass. It'll be a goal kick for the Blast.
Trying to catch Vanzella off his line there, but he couldn't do it. That's a good read. I think he would have been a little smarter there, Carvalho, to get some possession time for his team.
Hey, Blast fans, the official uniform provider of the Blast is Top Tier, and your source for the latest in team gear and apparel. Visit us at toptiergear.com to learn how TTG can provide your team their own custom look, just like we did for your Baltimore Blast. Rosedale Roofing for 50 years has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and service is what you can expect every time with Rosedale Roofing. Visit us online at rosedaleroofing.com today.
Whoa!
Boy, that took a weird bounce off the glass and stayed in. Dantas up top for Tayu. Now DeSantos for the Blast. DeSantos goes inside Martinez now with the right foot. That's blocked by Pichardo. Ball is won by DeSantos. Dantas double team.
Good double team by Chicago. That's a quick double team before Dantas could move the ball, and they got the steal.
Camareno and Rojas combined.
Blast back with pressure now.
And Martinez lets one play through by blocking DeSantos. Benzella there. This one over the glass.
It should be Blast ball.
Now, I could be wrong about this, but last year, didn't they put the glass back over
maybe.
there?
Yeah, maybe.
So now, part of the, on both sides of the scorer's table, the glass is removed.
Yeah, I think they did put it back last year. It definitely stays in play a lot more when the glass is there. No question. It makes a big difference.
What's wrong with him? This guy.
What?
Producer.
What's wrong with him?
A lot. Hoxie.
Good idea off the boards. Nobody home for the Blast.
Brad Vanino, also an ex-Rochester Lancer, getting his first touch tonight.
Oh, come on.
Wearing number 16 for the Blast. Taylor Bond goes down. Kim gets called for the foul. .55 left in the third. Blast leading at 4-2. So right now, Blast have.
Oh my! Just
here's
another
a chance.
bad play.
Vanino. Blast send it right back towards Flores. Blast pressure with Hoxie and Vanino, teammates last year with Rochester. Blast fans, Buffalo Wild Wings has 14 locations in Maryland. Visit them nearby in White Marsh, Owings Mills, or in Westminster. Lots of daily specials Monday through Friday, including happy hour, lunch specials, and much more. Find your nearest location at buffalowildwings.com. Stop out for that Monday night best seat in the house football promotion during the game to win great prizes and be eligible to win some grand prizes too.
Absolute adventure right now for Chicago trying to get out of their own end. They have to clean that up if they're going to get back in this game.
Forbus on the floor for the Blast. Less than 10 minutes to go in the third. Blast lead at 4-2. Both teams a little slow getting it going here in the third.
That was definitely a big penalty kill for the Blast.
DeSantos intended for Roque, broken up by Chicago. Ortega.
See
Here's
Vaca
Vaca.
back on the field.
Ortega gonna take a man on. Vaca. Sandoval.
And this is the first real possession time for Chicago since they had that power play.
Blocked by Kim. Mustangs showing a lot better here tonight than they did last year. Got blown out by the Blast 24-0, multiple point scoring. Blast outgoaled them 12-0 in the game. Chicago 2 years removed from a perfect season. Back in 13-14, they went 16-0 and won the championship, beating Hidalgo 14-5. Here's a chance. Oh, and cutting through was Healy.
Yeah, good recovery defensively at the time by the Blast. The ball had rotated through, and there was a 2-on-1 for Chicago, and the Blast did a nice job getting back and restabilizing their defense.
And check it was Roque on the block, and now Roque leading the charge. Towards midfield, cutting off the play was Sandoval, and a foul called on Ortega. It'll be a free kick Blast midfield.
Yeah, delayed call there. They were waiting to see if Roque could thread the needle to Wapu, and he couldn't, so they called the foul.
Blast go with Roque. Dos Santos. Donatelli on the floor, I think for the first time in the second half. Pereira and Tayu.
Oh, good save by Roque there along the boards.
Oh, nice setup, Donatelli. Oh, it's just high.
Yeah, Flores didn't have a chance on that one. Donatelli had him beat. Just couldn't keep it on the frame.
Good save to Roque. Left foot, scores! Lucas Roque inside the arc. Puts the Blast up by 3.
Roque used the defender as a screen that time. Flores didn't see it until it was too late, and Roque with the left foot that time goes near side post, and the Blast lead at 5-2.
Well, he is the goal scorer, no doubt. Time of the goal, 7:04 of the third. For Lucas, that's his first of the year, coming off a 25-goal year. It's number 51 in his 60th game in his Blast career. And most importantly, it gives the Blast a 5-2 lead.
Now let's take a look. Great keeping alive by Donatelli, and then watch Roque. Uses the defender, cuts it back, and then sneaks it through. Like I said, Flores never saw it until it was too late.
Went near post on him with the left. Well played by Roque. Timeout on the floor with 7:56 left to go in the third. Back after this.
Baseball and my family seem to go hand in hand, seem natural. Seems to be built into everything I do. I'm hardwired into MedStar Sports Medicine the same way. I pick up the phone, I call them, I go. They're the sports medicine experts. I trust them.
Here they come back again. Here's Martinez trying to step in on Obasi. Broke it up.
Long legs again. Say he denies him.
By the Brit.
Is this Hoxie again?
Yep. Hoxie in the corner.
Dangerous pass there.
Hoxie. Look at this, setting up a man. Donatelli broken up by a defender by Camarena.
He kicked it. He had the whole goal to shoot at. He kicked it right at the defender.
What a play by Hoxie to set him up.
Flores was done there. He overcommitted to the outside.
Dos Santos got some wheels. He kicks it in.
Again.
Broken up by Camarena.
Flores way too far out of the goal there.
Well, look at this nice nifty move by Martinez. Getting free, but again the Blaster behind the ball. Bond up ahead. Well played by William. Coming up on 6 left in the third. Roque doesn't give up on it and wins it.
He didn't initially win the ball, but he eventually did. That's a great ball here.
This is a nice ball. Flores heads it away. Nice settle by Lucas. Kicked away by Camarena, intended for Pereira. Now Healy battling for the ball, and Vanzella makes the play. 5.5 left to go in the third. And Vanzella gives Healy an outlet here on the near side.
Quick shifts now. Blast make another change. Oh!
Look at this half bicycle kick. Still kept. Oh, great play. What a volley, and what a volley of action there.
What a play by Flores. He just gave himself a chance, you know? He gave himself a chance to make a save, and it worked out for him.
Roque still playing, trying to keep it alive. Good work by Vaca.
How did Roque put that over the bar to start with? And then great job by Pereira getting it back in on frame. And like I said, Flores hustled over, gave himself a chance to make a play. There was a lot of goal open, but Flores was able to make the save.
Chicago now with 4:40 left in the third. That's Sandoval in the midfield. Mustangs trailed early 3-0, cut it to 3-2. Blastos scored a goal late in the second and then midway through the third. They're going to say top of the arc.
Yeah, they're going to say off of Healy over the glass. Healy's going to argue that it hit the glass as it went over. Really couldn't tell.
Which would make it a kick in from the corner. Big difference.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell.
So let's see what the Mustangs do with a set piece here late in the third. Let's see if they want to talk about it. Blasco with the three-man wall. You have to in this situation.
Four-man wall. Three. Healy's going to back off.
Ortega will be on it.
They might call a timeout here.
He's got Vaca here on the near side. Goes right to the wall, blocked easily.
Healy took one for the team there. Healy ran up and was that fourth man.
Speaking of blocks, looking at that box score in the Chicago-Milwaukee game last week, they had like 17 blocks in that game. Just wide. William may not have seen that one too well. There's a dangerous pass. Oh, Healy very delicately. Look at those two passes. Blast move it up quickly. Here's Tayu. Into the corner. Hey, Blast fan, need an apartment? Henderson Webb is your hometown property management company with over 10,000 apartments in Baltimore, Anne Arundel, and Howard counties, as well as Baltimore City. Call 410-885-4100 or visit APT-RENT, that's aptrent.com. Ask about the Blast Rent Special Equal Housing Opportunity. Here's an opportunity for Chicago, broken up by Tayu for the Blast. Here come the Blast.
Goal.
Score on the receiving end, Vanino.
Oh, he snuck off the bench.
Made a good run and scores his first for the Blast. It's 6-2 Baltimore.
This is a bench goal. Give the Blast credit. They're on the short side here on offense. They ran a guy off and ran Vanino on that run, 3-on-2. He came out of the box, sprinted right towards the wing, got the pass and scored.
His first in a Blast uniform. Vanino last year.
Here we go. Across the bench, quick change, one guy on, one guy off, and then he's right there, Johnny on the spot for the goal.
Time of the goal, 11:54. Nice feed. I think it was from Dantas.
Wow.
What a night for Dantas.
Two goals, 2 assists, right?
2 and 2. So he's had a hand in 4 of the 6. Blast getting goals tonight from 2 from Dantas, 1 from DeSantos, 1 from Hoxie, 1 from Roque, and 1 from Vanino. What was a 3-2 game is now 6-2 Blast.
They set the wall, and of course the wall always comes forward. Wapu moves up a step.
Moment of indecision there for Chicago by Aguilar. They set up the target, marked by Healy. 2:30 left in the third. Blast by 4. Blast play up here in the midfield and going to win it. They played up with Donatelli and Hoxie. And this one will go over. It'll be kick in Chicago.
Quick restart. Chicago only has 4. Oh, there's 5. I saw him over there. He's along the boards. Good play.
William had to adjust accordingly. Hoxie going to try to run it down.
Oh.
I like the way Hoxie pressures.
Yeah, Flores had to be sharp there. Settled with his chest and then was able to clear off the boards. Nice play.
Blast pressuring with 3 inside midfield.
This third quarter's been quite an adventure for Flores. He's gone on some expeditions outside the goal. He's made some nice plays.
Yeah.
Made a couple of outstanding saves. He's been pretty busy.
Play on, referee says. Good call. Here comes Levy. Yeah, he's tripped up. No call there.
He was eliminated.
Carvalho for the Chicago. 1:12 left. Obasi.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Roque, nice play by Sandoval.
When Obasi gets the motor going, he's hard to stop.
Vaca. Roque comes back. Blast going to win the ball. DeSantos, here we go. 2-on-1. Now they get back. How does he do that? Finally broken up. Flores will come off the line with 40 seconds left.
I'm telling you, Gary, he's put on about 15, 20 pounds of muscle.
And he's
running,
like the Energizer
just
Bunny.
running through guys.
See if the Blast could get one off here with 24 seconds left in the third. They've outscored Chicago 3-0 in the third. Quick header from Pereira intended for Lucas Roque.
It's a nice play. Good defensive play that time by Ortega to get back.
Pereira again, nice slide tackle. 10 seconds left. Flores, not much of an arm for Jesus Flores. And that should do it here, 2-1, and the third quarter, for Chicago at least, is mercifully over. Blast outscored the Mustangs 3-0 in the third and lead at 6-2 after 3. We'll come back for our fourth quarter from Baltimore when we return right after this.
Baseball and my family seem to go hand in hand, seem natural. Seems to be built into everything I do. I'm hardwired into MedStar Sports Medicine the same way. I pick up the phone, I call them, I go. They're the sports medicine experts. I trust them.
Right now, we direct your attention to the midfield area. They're the most beautiful girls in the MASL. Give it up for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders. Give it up for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders.
Good third quarter for the Blast, outscoring Chicago 2-0 in the third, taking a 6-2 lead. Roque from Pereira at 7:04, Venino from Dantas at 11:54. But what set it up before that was the good penalty kill at the beginning of the third quarter, which kind of got the Blast going.
Got the momentum back for the Blast, and they took advantage. Roque and Venino. How about Dantas though this night? 2 goals, 2 assists. As you said, a hand in 4 of the 6 goals. Let's see if we can count the clock down to start the fourth quarter.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, Ontario leading Baja 3-1 with 12 minutes left in the second. First ever game for Sonora, and it's not going well. San Diego is beating them 2-0 in the first minute. The Sockers have scored at the 24 and 56 second mark, took a 2-0 lead on Sonora.
Dantas going for the hat trick right off the bat here in the second or the fourth quarter, and he was denied by Flores.
Sonora is sonoring in the first minute against San Diego.
Blast fans have December 4th circled on their calendar because that's the return of the Sockers to Baltimore for the first time in, 30 years?
Blast played at San Diego last year. And now Sonora has scored. They've woken up.
They're not snoring anymore.
2-1, San Diego, in what promises to be a high-scoring affair in Mexico. Blast leading at 6-2. Blast will move from left to right here in the fourth. Flores still in there for Chicago.
The
Embassy Suites by Hilton. Baltimore Inner Harbor is the official hotel of the Baltimore Blast. Connected to the Embassy Suites is Baltimore's most sought-after venue, the Grand. Whether planning a corporate meeting or event, wedding, gala, or a social event, contact us at 410-685-7777 or online at thegrandbaltimore.com.
Great venue, of course, being affiliated with the Ed Block Courage Awards. They've done a lot of stuff with us throughout the years at the Grand with our events, and it's just an amazing facility, of course, built way back in Baltimore. Great job, built by the Masons.
14 minutes left to go in the fourth. Advanced Radiology is proud to be the official medical imaging provider of the Blast. When you need fast, accurate results, trust the team of experts at Advanced Radiology. Visit advancedradiology.com for a location near you.
You know, when you go in the hallway between the Embassy Suites and where the Grand is and the ballrooms, they have a long wall where they lay out the history of the Freemasons in Maryland and the construction of the Grand and everything else is pretty cool.
That's cool. Those Freemasons commercials are cool. I don't know if you've seen them or not.
Yeah, I have. They're very cool.
13:30 left in the fourth.
Well, Chicago's going to have to find their scoring touch here in a hurry. They're down 4 with 13 to go.
Well, Pat Healy finding his blocking touch there. It'll be a kick in Chicago with 13 minutes left to go. Pat, the defending Defender of the Year award winner. So in the back, you've got the Defender of the Year in Healy and the Goalkeeper of the Year in Vanzella. Vanzella's won it 2 years in a row, 2 different leagues. Vaca moved off by Wapu, held in by Sandoval. Now Rojas and Donatelli.
Hoxie was being held there.
By Sandoval. Flores way over.
Just a bit outside.
Goalkeeper distribution for Van Zella.
No shutout for Williams tonight, but the 2 goals, a 2-on-none, and a shootout.
Fremont Mortgage, if you're looking to refinance or buy a home, that's your place. Your loan is handled here in Baltimore, not out of state. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Fremont Mortgage, funny, is proud to back the Blast. That's why Fremont is on their uniform back. And when you're ready to buy or refinance your home, Fremont is ready to back you too. Call 800-955-8508 for a free analysis. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Choose Fremont Mortgage. Baja is tied up Ontario at 3-7 left in the second. 11 minutes left in the first. Is it 2-0 San Diego? 2-1.
2-1. Remember, they scored.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah. They stopped snoring.
They did. Stop snoring, she said.
All the time. Is this Sonora like in Northern California?
No, he says it's in Mexico.
It's in Mexico?
Yeah.
Sonora's in Mexico? Okay.
He doesn't know. In the second half.
Well, I mean.
And they have not made mistakes in the midfield.
Look, under 10 to play now. If you're Chicago, if you can't score in the next 2 or 3 minutes, you really got to start thinking about going 6th attacker. Try some way to put some pressure on the Blast.
Blast fans, Chesapeake Employers Insurance is Maryland's largest writer for workers' comp insurance. For a business coverage quote, connect with your local agent today at Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Also, are you frustrated at work by slow computers or system crashes? If so, Netacom's computer and network support team can help. As the kick goes over the glass.
Hey, how about that?
Netacom.
Great play. Hold on, Gary. For Best saved the goal.
Netacom, and there he is. Netacom provides flat-rated service plans for businesses just like yours. Put Netacom on your team's roster. Check us out at netacom.com.
For Best kicked it off the line. It was headed in. It had Van Zella beaten. For Best back there protecting the goal. And then Chicago on the second chance couldn't kick it on the frame and kicked it out of play.
Over the boards, it'll be kick in Chicago. 9:09. Blast came in with a 19-game home winning streak. All 10 last year, last 9 of 13-14. Last time the Blast lost at home was 8-0 back in November of 2013.
Yeah, that was the opening game of the season.
8-0 against the Milwaukee Wave. Blast are 40-2 in their last 42 home games, losing only to Milwaukee 8-0 and Missouri 14-11.
That's not bad.
That's not too bad. You know, I'm going to do the percent on that. Get you a percent. What do you think it is? 40 out of 42.
40 out of 42. It's got to be what, 94, 95%, right?
Sure, I don't know. What am I supposed to know? I got a calculator here. Hold on.
You have a book?
No. What's that? 40 divided by 42. 95.2.
I told you. I was right on that one.
That's pretty good. They're at a 952 clip at home in the last 42 games. That's pretty impressive. 8:14 left to play here. 6-2 Baltimore.
Oh.
Roque just a step behind. Martinez trying to thread it through. Broken up by Tayu. Martinez. Oh, look at Tayu just moving his man off.
He just
throwing
him
him to the ground.
Just threw him down like a rag doll.
Here come the blast. Roque now sensing some pressure, slows it down. He's tripped up and a foul called on Sandoval. 7:40 left in the game. Speaking of home, the Blast will stay at home for the next couple of weeks.
Tell you what, front-loaded home schedule, right?
Next week, Syracuse comes to town at 7:35. 410-73 Blast for tickets. Nice crowd here tonight. I know we mentioned early. They had about 8,500 here tonight. They opened up the upper deck. A lot going on. Opening night, Lance Johnson Hall of Fame induction night. William Vanzella had a shutout streak coming into the game.
A very big parade of champions and a very good contingent from Towson University here tonight too as well. Towson, of course, the school that Lance Johnson graduated from, the college here in Baltimore.
2 weeks from tonight, Detroit comes to town, the Waza Flow. It's the first 3 games at home for the Blast, then it's at Harrisburg to round out the month of November, and then the first game of December is going to be huge. As you said, the San Diego Sockers come to Baltimore for the first time in got to be at least 30 years. Well, maybe not quite 30.
Close.
But close. Blast and the Sockers.
More than 2 decades.
Epic battles. 4 times they met in the finals, and 4 times the Sockers won. The only time the Blast won a title back in the 80s was against St. Louis in 1984.
Oh, look at that. As Healy puts it right on the yellow line. Avoids the 3-line violation there. And Blast just content to, kick it out of their own end and let Chicago chase again. 4-goal difference with now just over 6 minutes to play.
Blast were 18-2 last year, 17-3 the year before. So they're 35-5 in their last 2 years. They're 56-10 in their last 3.
An absolute couple of heartbreaking losses in championship series the last 2 years.
Last year was literally the definition of heartbreaking to Monterey.
Of course, that series against Missouri here the year before where Blast had the lead in the golden goal game. Missouri tied it and then went ahead late to win that 3rd game.
I think it was Brian Harris that scored the winner inside a minute. Blast had lost game 1 in Missouri that year. They came back here at the arena and just destroyed the Comets. 19-4 in game 2, and you thought, okay, here we go. Game 3 mini game was going to be all Blast, but sure enough, Missouri comes back and wins it 6-4 in the final minute of mini game 3 to take the championship here at the arena. What a feeling that must have been for the Blast players, just an empty feeling of losing here on their home floor. And then last year, almost eliminated, 2 seconds left, and Lucas Roque scores. Send it to overtime, and the Blast lose in overtime. Remember, game 1 here at the arena was a double overtime win for Monterey.
Correct.
They came back late in the 4th to tie and then went 2 overtimes.
Yeah, Blast had a numerous amount of opportunities in that game to win it. They couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Chicago's going to go 6th attacker here eventually. I was going to ask, Flores has been coming up to the midfield line. Why not just put the 6th attacker on?
4:30 left in the game. They trail by 4. mean, I guess, but should you? I mean, you trail by 4. Shouldn't that have been at 6 or 8 minutes?
That's what I think. But I'm not a coach in the MASL, Gary.
No, you're not actually. Four minutes now left in the game.
Especially now, you know, there's no more 2-point, 3-point goals. I mean, you're legitimately down by 4 goals.
It'll be a goalkeeper distribution for Vanzella. 3:57 left. Coming into the fourth quarter tonight, shots on goal, shots. Blast 25, Chicago 13. We'll take a timeout, come back with our final 4 minutes when we return.
Hello, Blast fans! Our cameras are searching for the fan of the game. Where is that fan of the game? Show your team pride.
League, some changed faces this year. Monterey gone, Rochester gone, Cedar Rapids in, Sonora in, Baja in.
Is that Baja, California, or Baja, Mexico?
I think it's Baja, Mexico.
Can we go there for a road trip?
Wichita's gone. Yeah, we can go there. We're not going to get paid.
Oh.
We can go. Sixth attacker back in now for the Mustangs. 3:20 left.
Another part to this, too, is when you're talking about sixth attacker, you know, you don't give up a three-pointer. Oh,
here we go.
Come on, Levy. There you go.
You don't give up a three-pointer. You give up a one-pointer.
But, you know, it's not as devastating, you know, by giving up a three-pointer. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So why not go sixth attacker earlier? It's just one goal.
No, that's true.
It's just 1 point.
Time of the goal, 11:53. What used to be a three-pointer is now a one-pointer. Levi Wapu out of UMBC scoring his first here tonight. His 25th point career, 11th career goal. Here we go.
You just stripped the sixth attacker, and then after that it was over. You know, nobody's going to beat Levy down the field.
7-2 Blast. Blast getting 6 different players scoring 7 goals tonight. Dantas with a pair. Levy, Venino, Roque, Hoxie, and Dos Santos. Pereira with 2 assists. Dantas with 2 assists. Dantas leads the game with 4 points. Oh, nice work here by the Blast defense. Taylor Bond getting inside Dos Santos, but Dos Santos not allowing a shot.
Yeah, but Dos Santos dug it out for his keeper. That was a nice defensive play.
2:40 left to play. Rainbow toss from Vanzella up ahead for Obasi. Sixth attacker runs it down. Blast will go to 1-0. Chicago will fall to 1-1. That's a good division Chicago's in.
Yes, sir.
Milwaukee, Missouri in there. St. Louis, of course.
You know, and I'll tell you this though, you know, Neto and Lucio are going to help.
They score.
Yeah,
Nice
job
feed
there.
inside.
Yeah.
Bond converting. 7-3. Time to go 12:54 of the fourth.
I think Tariq Walker's going to make Harrisburg a good team this year.
And they, of course, poached Neto and Gonzaga from the Blast. I wonder how many times William gave up 3 last year. The assist goes to Carvalho. 12:54, time of the goal. No, look at this play. Blast pressuring Levy.
Interesting that Chicago kept their keeper back in.
Well, they'll take them out when they have the ball.
Yeah, but they're down 4 goals. You know, it's 30 seconds that you're not getting back.
No, I hear you. Here they make the change. You don't see the goalkeepers throwing at the length of the floor anymore.
Nah. I think William thought about it. And he was in good position, though, on the other side.
Tell you, had a great arm back in the day. Otto Orff could do that. And Detroit, the Rockers, had a goalkeeper, Brian Finnerty. He had the build of Roger Clemens. I mean, that boy could throw. Timeout on the floor, 1:25 left to go. Blast will clean up Chicago here, 7-3, and set their sights on Syracuse. Syracuse has been tough for the Blast. Syracuse beat them last year, or not last year, but the year before, 9-8 up there, and they beat the Blast here a couple times at the arena.
Yes, sir. Not in the last 2 years, though.
Not in the last 2 years, no. It was weird when they came. Remember, Millwood was with Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
There's been a lot of turnover in the last few years with the Blast.
That's funny you say that. I picked up a stat here. The Blast have their top 3 scorers back from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But in only 3 years' time, the top 4 scorers from the championship season are all gone.
Yep.
Millwood, Gonzaga, Ferdinand, and Lookingland had 87 goals and 262 points in the championship year. That was only 2 full seasons ago.
Yeah.
That's a lot of turnover for a good team. Yet, they still moved on last year, 18-2.
Look, in sports nowadays, you just have to accept change and know that you have to reload and restock and find young players. The Blast has done a nice job of that.
1:14 left, pushing on the Blast.
Obasi saying there's no way the ball was that far down.
I don't think he's the only one saying that. Man, you got Obasi and DeSantos on the floor at the same time. Look at this. That's a shot and a goal. 7-4. Aguilar, his second. And that can't make Danny Kelly happy at all.
Yeah, that was a nice play off the restart. Left it back, and Aguilar drilled that past William. And you'd like to see the Blast close it out here with the last minute 11 defensively.
Here's the replay.
This time, that's a nice shot. This time, Chicago leaves their 6th attacker on.
That's the second time that Aguilar and Martinez have combined. Time of the goal, 13:49. Aguilar with 2 goals. That one just wide for the Blast. Under a minute now to go. 7-4 Blast, barring a miracle. Blast will go 1-0 on the season. Their 20th win. 8 seconds now. Try one more. Oh, and that almost goes in off of Forbes. Rebound is high. A lot of chances for Chicago late, but not enough to overturn the score.
Blast really got this done in that third quarter. They killed the penalty early and then got 2 big goals in that third to kind of give themselves some distance. They built a big lead with Levy's goal with the 6th attacker on. Nice job by Chicago to come back and get a couple late. But the Blast, again, are solid at home.
Blast 1-0 on the year. They've won their 20th straight game at home. Danny Kelly congratulating his players and the Chicago players. Blast now will spend the week home and get ready for the Syracuse Silver Knights a week from tonight. Blast being led by Vinny Dantas tonight. 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points. And Juan Pereira made his presence felt with a couple of assists tonight on key goals. The goal that gave the Blast the 4-2 lead in the second, which stemmed the tide against Chicago, and then came back in the third at the 7-minute mark and assisted Roque to give the Blast a 5-2 lead. Blast getting 2 goals from Dantas tonight, 1 each from DeSantos, Hoxie, Roque, Venino, and Levy Wapu. Let's take a look at some of the action.
How about Hoxie's goal? That's a beautiful goal right there off the volley.
And Vinny Dantas gets the Player of the Game award tonight, and why wouldn't he, as he scores 4 points to lead the Blast off on the right foot tonight.
There you go, Pepsi Player of the Game. And Vinny just had a great game. We talked about the loss of Lucio and Neto and what they're going to try to get accomplished. Well, the young guys get it done. There's Dantas on the restart right there. We talk about the keys of the game. I think the Blast were solid in the keys of the game tonight. Stay focused, don't make the game too big. How about Pereira's assist on that goal? You didn't see the end of it, but Dantas finished there. And then how about the save of the game there by Vanzella? And he played well at times also. William made a couple really big saves.
We talk about the young guys that need to step up. Dantas with 4 points tonight. Pereira with 2. Obasi with an assist. And then Venino came in and gave him some good minutes in the third quarter tonight. Some fresh legs. They got him from Rochester. Hoxie stepped up tonight.
You know, and Jeremy Ortiz didn't even play tonight, you know? So.
All right, a week from tonight, we'll be back with you. Game time 7:35. Broadcast time around 7:20. It'll be the Blast and the Syracuse Silver Knights here from the arena. For ticket information, call the Blast at 410-73-BLAST. That's 410-73-BLAST. That's it. Big thank you to Andrew Primrose, our producer extraordinaire, third man in the booth, we like to call him. Chad and everybody from the Invicta production company. Paul Mittermeier, thank you. Great job
Gary,
as always.
Thank you.
Excellent. We'll see you next week from the arena. Once again, your final score here tonight, Blast 7, Mustangs 4.